My dad arrived in Canada from Scotland in 1950. He had apprenticed as a photographer and had secured a job at the Toronto Star. But he had bigger dreams and wanted to see the country, his new country that he had come to. So he became a land surveyor. My dad met my mom in 1953. They were married in 1957. My mom loved culture and the bright lights of the city. Her dream was to be an actress-singer on Broadway, but her profession was working as a graphic designer for Imperial Oil. My mom was a very stylish lady who made all her own Vogue fashions, adding her own sense of design to them. She was a very creative person. My mom and dad had a dream together to build a place in the woods. In 1960, my grandpa sold them a chunk of land on the Muskoka River. This is the house that Jack and Anne built. I have always thought that this cottage was my father's sculptural work in progress. The cottage is my safe place. It is here that I create or plan many of my artistic adventures. My most favorite memories of this cottage: my dad's boots, my jolly jumping horse, and the creaky rocking chair. I learned so much at the cottage. When I was there, I felt like I was a part of this world. This is my first work of art at age 3. It is a portrait of my dad. He kept this in his wallet for many years. Harold and his purple crayon inspired me to read many, many books, starting with his adventures with the purple crayon. I think it was the visual arts and the reading that I loved the most about Harold. I discovered Nancy Drew, and I couldn't stop reading her books. I read every single book and then started searching out older versions of her stories. I couldn't stop reading. I read day and night, and even during teachers' lessons. When we moved to Oshawa, my mom got a new job. She decided she was going to be a visual artist, and she became one of the visual artists first to receive the Ontario Arts Council grant, Artists in Education. It was no wonder that I went to the University of Toronto, Sheridan College, and the Banff School of Fine Arts for my art training. I met Peter at the University of Toronto. He was studying to become an Ontario land surveyor. We were married and had Elizabeth in 1990. Elizabeth, my biggest literacy project. Peter and Elizabeth are my greatest fans. I worked with another artist in downtown Oshawa doing an interactive art piece in a furniture store where we were discovered, and we were both invited to show in a very prominent gallery in downtown Toronto called the Red Hat Gallery. This is the Iris Collective. We believe collectively we could reach national and international levels in the art scene. We made it. Of Mice and Men is another application of my literacy and knowledge towards art and the world. This is a depiction of an elephant as the United States. One mouse is being flung aside. That's Canada. The mouse on the bottom is Mexico. This piece went down to Mexico to be showed in a public gallery. They purchased it for their permanent collection. So now I can say I'm an international artist. Rise and fall. Metaphors surrounding the elephant and human. Life's cycle. Even though my mom and dad have passed, I am the caretakers of their dreams as I continue my pursuit of learning through education in art, music, and literature.